Up to you. What's happening, young lady?
Hey, so this morning I was on there's a content creator called Not a Size Six. I'm not sure if you know her or not, but she runs with some of the people that I run with. So I was on her live this morning and they were talking about an event that they're having like during the Christmas holiday. So it's like next week, it's like on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I have a bunch of stuff that's due next Saturday. But with proper planning, I probably could get it done. But just all this, not doing stuff on certain days and just like you were saying, planning. You were talking
Mm-hmm.
about planning when you were talking about yourself as well, just scheduling stuff and everything instead of waiting till Friday and Saturday to work on everything and just not necessarily rushing myself and doing it on. I usually plan it out pretty well on those 2 days, but if I were to do everything earlier, I could actually go to this thing. But now that's going to be like an excuse. Well, I ain't going to be done. I'm not going to be finished with my stuff, so I'm not going to be able to go. But I really would like to go. So that's what I was thinking about this morning when they were talking. I was like, man, I just wish I could just like last weekend when I was able to have a good time. Well, I mean, I actually got an extension on one thing because I've been knowing about this event since the beginning of the school year. But it's just a lot of stuff going on at work and everything. So that's
Right.
another excuse as also. But I mean, just a lot of times you spend so much energy on other stuff, being work, and other. By the time it's time to do something for yourself, you just like deplete the energy is depleted. But once again, it's
Mm-hmm.
going back to what you always talk about, the fundamentals. Eat, and I'm trying to do better, especially that sleeping part. Since I came back, at least half this week I got make sure I got good sleep, like six
Good.
to eight hours. But one
Nice.
night I fell off. I mean, I was up to 1:30, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. No, I got to get up at 6:30. So
Yeah.
I just want to be able to nip that procrastination in the bud. I mean, I know it's always is not something that you can get rid of completely because at some point, like you said, everybody does it. It's always going to be there. It's not. It's just like breathing. I mean, it's a part of you. It's a
So
part of who you are. I feel like, but you can do better with it. I think, but maybe not completely get rid of it.
so let's explore. I like that. Let's explore that. Um, could we rid ourselves of procrastination? I believe that we can.
So why, Coach Reese?
So
How? Give me the formula for
so
reading.
let's
Let me
explore
let
it.
me grab my notebook while you talking about this because if
Yes.
you got a formula, I need to write it down because
So
I'm over this.
exactly. So let's explore it, right? So we're talking about um, not not scheduling, not planning things out, quote unquote, properly. We're talking about not investing our time, energy, and
Mm,
effort, right? Not investing our time, energy, and effort, quote unquote, properly. We're talking about not being so. Yeah, we're talking about being too loose with our resources. So now, if we say, okay, I want to rid myself of procrastination. I want to rid myself of that. What would that look like? What would the pursuit of that look like? What would be the first thing? And the first thing that comes to mind is intention, right? Being intentional. And when we start from a place of, with the idea of intention and being intentional, then something like my schedule, right? I have to, I absolutely must take responsibility for. And so, hey, Kathy, thanks for tapping in. Hey, Dee. And if you, when I'm
and please,
saying,
everyone, please tap the screen. He's giving me and you guys good information. We need to tap and share and do all those things we should as good excuse me, I'm about to say panelists, as good chat members,
there we go, appreciate that
supporters,
for
as
sure.
being
Yeah, run it up,
supporters.
share it, invite a friend or 10, all the things. So so it starts with intention, just like anything else. And my belief is that when I'm intentional, I'm unstoppable. So when you're intentional, you're literally unstoppable. So if you want to rid yourself of procrastination, which that sounds like a worthy goal for all of us, we start with intention and we say, okay, what's the intention? What's the point? What's the goal? What's the idea here? What's the area that I want to dominate? Okay, I want to dominate in the area of I no longer want procrastination to be a monster in my life. Okay, so I need to set my intention to make the absolute most slash best of my time, energy, and effort. Right, and actually even money, time, energy, effort, and money, and I'm gonna touch them all. It's gonna make sense in a second. So I'm setting my intention. So I look out in front of me and I say, okay, what do I need to get done? Okay. For you, you have school, so you have a lot of writing, you have a lot of assignments, you have a platform, you have a business that you're building, you're working on ABC, XYZ, you have this and this and this. Okay, great. You have a whole bunch of stuff going on. Okay. And now it's a matter of putting things in order, prioritizing things, looking at the tasks that I have in front of me, and coming up with a system, something like, okay, I'm looking at these 10 things in front of me, and okay, is there something on here that if I take care of this will that would clear out the need to take care of some other things, and I evaluate that. Okay, maybe not. All of these things are standalone. Okay, great. Okay, what on there can I knock out real quick? Because sometimes we have a to-do list and there may be a 3-minute thing on there, right? And then let me look at that. Oh, wait, so I have, oh no, that takes me
So
5 minutes.
look for the low hanging fruit. In other words, look for the low
Exactly.
hanging fruit.
So we can rid ourselves of that, right? And then we look at, okay, what has a due date? Okay, this is just me writing my novel. So I gave myself until February for that. So, okay, boom. So, okay, this part right here, this has a due date. This is due December 15th. Oh, shoot, that's this Sunday. Okay, so I need to shuffle that. I need to move that higher up on the list. Okay, what else is going on? Okay, boom. I need to, it's my granny's birthday. Okay, so I need to make sure I FaceTime her. Let me get that in order. So, really, it's setting my intention to get things in order and maximizing my time and energy and being able to see it and having it in front of me. And literally, this is a process that we can run through daily. And I know it sounds like people are like, oh, I just don't have time for that. That literally, I'm talking about 2 minutes. 2 minutes at the end of your day and maybe at the beginning of your day to take a look at that. Right. And there's a lot of different ways to do it. I'm throwing out general things. If we really want to attack it, like personally, we can lean into that, but I'm just looking at some general things. Okay, what do I have going on? Okay, it's Friday. Okay, what do I have this weekend? Okay, my haircut appointment is tomorrow at 12:30. Okay, boom. Okay, the missus says she's taking my son to see Sonic. Okay, boom. So that gives me a block of free time right there. What do I need to do? Okay, I need to get her car cleaned. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Okay, so let me look at that. Oh, okay, I have an appointment here. I got to meet with my therapist. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Okay, I got 2 coaching calls. Then I have to, okay, cool. So now I know what's in front of me, and now I can plan certain things out, right? Something new that's thrown in there. Everything else is kind of on the calendar, the haircut, the this, the that. But okay, wait, I need to get my wife's car cleaned. Okay, boom. So let me get up extra early and go knock that out so that doesn't impact anything else. Okay, boom, got that done. And so it's really intention is the answer, right? I'm just throwing stuff out there to make us think, but it's intention. If I'm intentional and I plan my days, my mentor said, don't start your day until you have it finished. Don't start your week until you have it finished. Somebody said, what does that mean? It means planning. So if at night I say, okay, these are my 5 things I have to get done tomorrow. Cool. Right? These are the 3 things I need to get done tomorrow. Cool. And then I get up, it's on the calendar, it's on my to-do list. I use my notes app and I use the little circle so I can put a check in there and get that good feeling when I get it done. So it's more so, it's planning, it's being intentional and prioritizing the things that we have in front of us. And also, obviously, we can go into other stuff, but I want you to respond first.
Yeah. So what I was gonna what it just makes me think of, like I literally have been in your box before, and I do have my Google Calendar set up, but I just haven't been keeping it. Like I started off really well, writing everything down. I'm not, and I need to do it even more so now than before because of everything that's changed. All these events that are occurring at work that need to be on there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just for me. I think the part that's missing is that writing it down part. Because it's easy to try to keep everything up here, but something's gonna slip at some point. It's
Always.
not. You're gonna forget something, It'd be like, because I think last year, earlier this year, my friend was having a birthday party, and she was like a get together, like a dinner or whatever. But she mentioned it like in like early part of the year, like maybe January, February, and gave a date, but didn't say anything again until like the day of. You guys come to my get together. Like what? I
Right.
was like, I'm not gonna be able. I'm not gonna be able to come and say, "Oh, it's my birthday." I'm like, "Oh God, I gotta
Right.
go." You can't like say you not going to your friend's birthday gathering or whatever.
So think
So,
about that. Listen to what she just said, and I'm so glad you shared that. Right. So like you said, I have my Google Calendar, which we all can have. We're not even talking about spending no money, right? You already have it. Literally, put it on the calendar. So the intention is, I put everything on the calendar. Everything. I put everything on the calendar. Cool. How long does that take? It takes 10 seconds to put something on the calendar. And then it's there. And like you said, you can set reminders. And you can look at, okay, what do I have going on this month? Okay, boom, boom, boom. Oh, shoot, my homegirl's party. Okay, what do I need to adjust to make that? Oh, I got this going on. Okay, I'm traveling. And then it's her. Okay, so I need to make sure, oh, I got these assignments. I got this going on. You can put it on the calendar with the due dates and this and that and all the things. And so that level of that it sounds like someone's like, oh my God, another task.
look at
But
Renata's comment.
okay, so, but just that task, while that may take a couple minutes, what it saves on the back end,
Oh my
what it
God,
does for you,
the
exactly.
panic, the anxiety. Oh my God, like how did I do this?
We can rid ourselves of that. And then once we get into the habit of that, of investing 5 minutes a day looking at that, or when something comes up, immediately put it on the calendar. It saves us, like you said, so many headaches, so much anxiety, so much, oh my God, last minute scrambling. We can literally rid ourselves of that by developing the habit of living, I'm gonna say, living by our calendar. Let's make it real. Let's living by the calendar. Renata said, I write, set reminders, and go back to sleep. I'm gonna do better. Okay. See? So I love that. So now it's a matter of, like, we all do our version of that. I work better under pressure. That's what people be saying when they always under pressure. And just because you can handle pressure because you built like that, life is much simpler and easier when we have things planned out, because we can plan it perfectly and life is going to happen, right? We're going to get punched in the face and there's going to be a curveball. And what tends to happen is, something will happen, right? Life will get to life and there'll be a curveball. And then the ripple effect of that,
Mm.
it can throw everything off. But whereas when we're more organized and we're more polished, right, and we live by the calendar, now even when something happens, we're on top of it. Oh, boom, okay, so I have to make this adjustment here. Okay, cool. Let me communicate with who I need to communicate with. Let me adjust what I need to adjust. Let me do this and let me do, you know what I mean? And so, but when we have it in our head, and then emotionally we get snatched aside because life done punch me in
Oh
the
my
face.
God.
Oh shoot, I admit. But when it's right there, when it's on the calendar, when it's in black and white, when it's in our face, and those of us that have a workspace, right, get you a whiteboard. I used to keep ginormous whiteboards up there, and the one that's the calendar, and I would write it in there. Call LJ at 7:30. Do dot 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 at the next day. So that's a big thing in your face staring at you. In addition to, we all are walking around with these things. And so we have this as well. So set our intention to live by the calendar and to literally go overboard with it. I'm talking about put everything on there. I'm talking about, and if you want to triple down, which is what I do, right? I have not been on the calendar like I just shared, but I'm getting back to that immediately as per this interaction. But I use alarms throughout the day. Everything I have going on, I set an alarm. If I have a call with LJ today, I'm going to have an alarm and a reminder that goes off. If I have a call with, let's say I have a call with her at 6, I'm going to have an alarm. It's going to be on the calendar, and I'm going to have an alarm at 5:30 to remind me, oh shoot, I got LJ in a half hour. Let me boom, 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 boom. So calendars and set alarms as well. And So it's creating the habit of that, and we can rid ourselves of the procrastination, and then life is going to happen. Something's going to that's overwhelming. Actually, so you're right, but think about this: what's actually overwhelming is
Not doing it.
not doing it, is missing things, is the impact on the other. I just had a call earlier, right? And I'm gonna let you I'm gonna let you speak. One of my clients, she was saying that she takes a walk to the gym. Her words: I walk to the gym, get my workout in, and then I walk back. It's a nice 15-minute walk. I hate when I get back and there's nothing to eat. I really want to meal prep, but oh my god. I said, wait a minute. Say that one more time. You just talked about how much me, and then she went on to how much meal prepping would help you, how much you're pressed for time, how much this and da da da. But I'm like, meal prep. She's like, I gotta get containers. I said, order them right now on Amazon. You'll have them tonight or tomorrow. And I said, what are we talking about? I said, in the meal, what? Okay, let's say it takes you what, an hour to prep something. I mean, what are you making? Right? You're cooking something easy anyway. He's like, no, you know what? You're right, because it doesn't even take long, and then it can be done. And so, is it overwhelming? It could be, but what's really overwhelming is, oh man, I just got this workout and I walk back and I'm so hungry, and what's this? And then you're grabbing cookies and you're drinking a soda, and you're all why? Because you didn't just deal with it on the front end and then make that a habit. So yes, you're right. Like, leveling up and disciplining ourselves is a lot, but in comparison to the value that we get from it, in comparison to what we gain, it's not even remotely close. Not even remotely close.
So the results of not planning, I have a good example of that. So I have to renew my license every 2 years for my adjuster license, and usually I'm ahead as far as my hours. But this, I didn't, because I would do all these extra. When every time I saw something, I would be taking a class.
Right.
All of a sudden, in November, I realized that it renews at the end of this month, which is the end of December, and I have all these hours that are lacking. So I was able to get some of them, but there were a couple of classes that I signed up for. I got the 30-minute reminder, just a notification on my calendar, but I didn't set an alarm like you said.
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes after it was starting, I realized, because I got sidetracked, and it happened like twice. Oh my god! So here I am, let's say, until the end of the month to get these hours, and I still need like, I think it's like 7 hours. So I had to. This is the first time I had to pay, because those other things that I take were free. They were like 1 hour lunchtime things or whatever. Now I had to pay somebody to take this class. Actually, physically, I got to actually take a class as opposed to listening to somebody talk like I normally would from not putting stuff on the calendar, not paying attention or whatever. So
exactly, and we all could tell 100 stories like that, right? Similar.
right.
So it's like, it's like I was just talking to my brother, right? And we were talking about life insurance, and I was like, he just left his job, and I was like, well, what are you doing about life insurance? Because I know, he had something great at work, like 10 times your income, blah 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 blah. I'm like, well, what are you doing about that? And he was like, oh man, I'm so glad you said that. It didn't even hit, and I'm like, whoa. I'm like, no. He like, oh man, and then I gotta do a physical, and I said, what? What you talking about? I said, so you just gonna leave it on me if something happened for my niece and nephew? And of course, we had a laugh, and he was like, no, I'm online making the appointment right now. But he was like going down that, I gotta make the appointment. And they're gonna give me a needle, and oh my god, and I'm like, sir, what are we talking about? But that same thing, that's what we do. We dread that discipline, but what we get from it, it's like getting up to go to the gym in the morning. Oh man, I'm comfortable and tired. But think about what you gain from that. So let's focus more on what we're going to gain from. In this instance, what we're talking about is living by our calendar and using our technology as a tool, right? Put it all on the calendar, and the important stuff, like with what you're talking about, set an alarm. She just said, now I got to scramble to make some stuff happen. I got to spend some money. This whole thing started because you were talking about your plate being so full, and now, right, this little hiccup.
Yet another thing, because I didn't plan it properly,
Yep. So So just in that, right? If we say, okay, you know what, you know, I'm going to focus on that, right? I'm going to live by the calendar. I'm going to put everything on the calendar. I'm going to set alarms, and I'm going to continue to prioritize and keep things in order to make sure that I'm getting everything done and I'm touching everything. And and that'll also help with, see, it serves a lot of purposes. That'll help us to rid ourselves of some distractions, because when you look at that calendar and you got stuff to do, you ain't got time to be desk scrolling. You ain't got time to be caught up in no nonsense because, oh, whoa, I got stuff to do. And like you said, I want to enjoy myself next weekend with the folks. And so let me get this because, right? And so the things you're looking forward to. So our productivity can go through the roof, and we can enjoy life. We can enjoy life more, because even when we're throwing a curveball, it's okay because our stuff is tight. Our stuff is in order. So I believe we can rid ourselves of it. Are there going to be moments? Of course. But if we set our intention, those will come few and far between, right? It'll be once in a blue versus we're in a constant state of that versus it being a part of our identity. And so that's how I'm looking at it. And I'm glad, of course, I'm first partaker, right? I'm about to yeah. I'm moving into that immediately, actually. And I got a lot of stuff coming up for next year. I'll be doing a lot of traveling and training, and so I'm really going to have to be really. So this is perfect. This is perfect timing for me to do this. That's right, Rocky. Go get him. He heard that garage open up. That's right, Rocky. He went down. He didn't go down them steps though. Go ahead down. Yeah, the top of the step. Like, I made the noise, Dad. You go get him.
He said he's protecting you. He ain't worried about what's down there. He's protecting you.
Exactly. That's right. He ain't gonna let him come up the steps. So, but yeah, live by your calendar. Be intentional. I don't want to find myself in that place. And then, like Renata said, I work great under pressure. Good, right? That's a good thing. So once in a blue, when I need to do that, I'm about that life. I can do that, but it doesn't have to be my norm.
No, you don't want to be your everyday, your everyday you doing this,
Yeah.
pressure.
And you know what happens sometimes, and we don't make the connection all the time, but we don't live by our calendar. Things start getting tight, and we're under all this pressure. Now this anxiety comes in, and then that's the time when somebody roll their eyes at you. That's the time when somebody talks slick. That's the time when something and see, and you're already in a certain place, and now things that you could have easily ignored had you been in a different state, because your emotional state you're wound up because you got all this going on. Now you done cuss somebody out for what? Or you done got all upset over what? Nothing for real? But because of the state you allowed yourself to get in by poor planning, or via poor planning, now, right? Or now you're upset because why on earth would this boy? I've had my children wake up and their clothes just don't fit anymore. Just like you just wore that last week, and now they're high waters. So now what? I gotta figure something out. I gotta go get him some new pants. And what? If I'm not careful, I'm mad at him. But you done cussed the poor baby out because he grew. And the real problem is you haven't been planning things out, and so now you're under all this stress and you make that mistake. What's up, people? I'm on live. Y'all want to join me?
No, thank you.
No? I know. Look, I knew he would. All right, you can come right here. Oh, Rocky always says hi. They actually paid Rocky's bail. He was in the crate. They paid his bail. Yeah, they freed my man. So, but yeah, so I believe that we absolutely can rid ourselves of procrastination simply, right, tongue in cheek, by being intentional. And and one of the tools that we have, that all of us have, is we're literally walking around with a productivity tool in our pocket. So let's live by our calendar, and we're good to go. What's up, family?
Good comment. Yeah.
People are unprepared, and everyone else suffers as a result. Exactly. You ever be? Oh, come on, let's talk. You ever be in a rush because you running late for work and now you driving like a maniac and you mad at me because I'm not late and I'm cruising?
Or you cause an accident. You
Yeah,
cause an accident
yeah.
because you're
You
rushing.
doing too much because you're in a hurry because you late and now you mad at the rest of us and so you doing all these interesting moves in traffic and whoa. You didn't plan properly. So now I'm a terrible human. Now you cussing me out, right? You mad at me leaning on your horn or whipping in and out of lanes and doing goofy stuff, causing other people anxiety. And again, back to what Fam said, right? Literally, not doing what we need to do on the front end is causing all these goofy problems on the back end. Look, and you mad at the accident scene. You want to play exactly, fam, right? And at the root of that was you didn't do what you needed to do on the front end, right? You stayed up extra late. You whatever the case may be, whatever it is.
He's
So we
he's
got to do
making me
better.
have flashbacks. I used to do, I was doing auto at my when I first started as an adjuster. That's what I was doing, auto claims. So these people with, and plus there were people that didn't have good driving records and that kind of stuff, just not responsible people. So
Right.
you talk to these people on the telephone and they'll say the person will be saying, "I was late for work," and that.
Yeah, as if that. Oh, in that case, in that. Oh, you were late. Oh, okay. Excuse us. Like, what? You were late because you didn't prepare properly.
But I think that a lot of people are like this, and I'm just kind of glad. Not to say I'm glad. I praise God every day that I don't have to get in traffic because I know when I was driving to work every day, rarely did I leave on time, and so it's like you rushing to get there. Same thing with church, trying to knowing what time you need to leave and don't leave when you need to, but rushing to get there. Thank God I never had any accident as a result because he just protected me. But I just all that rushing around. It's like,
Yeah.
but
It the ripple effect of that is right. Just and it's an easy fix. You just said it. I know the time I need to be there. I know the
exactly.
commute time, and I was running late. I didn't plan
Because I
properly.
didn't want to leave. That was the problem. Not
Exactly.
for church, but
Right.
at least for work, I didn't want to leave. Yeah.
Exactly. It's always someone else's fault. The saddest when the kids catch. Oh, always. Exactly. Great point. Oh, there's always. I'm telling you, there's a nasty ripple effect of that, right? I didn't plan properly, right? Hey, what's up, family? Thanks for tapping in. I didn't plan properly, right? Now I'm yelling and screaming at the kid. Get ready. Where's your shoe? Hurry up. Get the thing. Oh my god. Ah, ah, ah. And now that's the energy in the morning, and you're gonna just send me off to school, huh? And expect me to just have an awesome, positive, productive day
Mm.
after I had to deal with that freaking chaos all morning. And a lot of households are like that. When my children were young, that was us scrambling, and then I learned to iron everything at night and to prepare at night and to set the atmosphere in the morning, to play the music and to change the atmosphere. And so instead of us leaving out like we can't stand one another and we're leaving out happy and the energy was totally different. Just a couple slight adjustments, but me not being prepared now. Right now, the kid, and because he can't lash back at me, now he go punch somebody in the face. You know what I mean? Because I've been yelling at him all morning to find his shoe. When what kind of house do we live in that he just where's this boy's shoe? Like what? You know what I mean? Why are we doing that now? And you created an anxious child who learns how to cope through the same behaviors. Exactly. And that thing keeps repeating itself. So, oh man, you on it, family. And so now we're talking about breaking that cycle, those cycles, and it's really just being intentional and planning and doing more on the front end. And sometimes it's funny because it seems like it's a lot, but it's not. It's worth it. That's like buying something. That's like making an investment in yourself. You're looking at the price tag, but you're not you're missing the value of the thing.
Mm.
You're
That
missing the
part.
value. You're
That
like, oh
part.
my God,
Some
that's
things you can't
some
put a price tag on. That's the bottom
exactly. It's
line.
like, oh man, that much? Oh, what? But it's like, whoa, think about the outcomes. Think about what you're going to gain from that. And that it's you cannot put a price tag on certain things. So what we're talking about right now is preparation, is being intentional, right? Being understanding, what it is you want. And we're talking about ridding ourselves of procrastination, being intentional and accountable. It's okay to get it wrong sometimes. But exactly, don't be above an apology. Exactly, we're all going to miss the mark. Right? We're all going to miss the mark. But even in being intentional and all these things, we're still going to miss the mark. But when we set our intention and we're making these moves, then our motives are right, and then some goofy things are going to happen, of course. But I like don't be above an apology. Exactly. And you know what I've come to learn, when your intentions and motives are pure, apologies are much easier. See, when I'm doing something in love, let's say right now I'm doing this in love. If I say something a little off, it's easy for me to say, "Oh, I didn't mean my apology." But if I'm scamming, if I'm up to no good, if my motives aren't pure, it's much more challenging for me to take ownership and apologize, because now I understand the energy behind whatever happened. And so a lot of times people have issue with apologizing because they are willfully neglecting something, or because their motives aren't pure. And that's a can of worms we can dive into, right? That's a whole nother thing. But exactly, people don't want to be called out, right? And I don't mind being called out when I'm doing something, like, right, like when I'm when my motives are pure, right, and I'm doing what I believe is right, and I make a mistake in the process, and you call me out on that. Okay, right? Okay. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. I was cleaning up and I spilled the mop water and I made a mess. Well, I was cleaning up, right? Like,
Yeah.
boys, like, I got a little too excited with the music going, and I done kicked the bucket over. So, my feet are big. Pardon me, right? I don't have to lie about it. I don't have to pretend it wasn't me. I don't have to blame Rocky. I don't have to, you know what I mean? I don't have to get upset. I don't have to get upset. I can literally, you know what, my bad. And I'm more ready to take ownership. You don't even have to wait. I don't even have to be called out. I call myself out. But when my motives aren't pure, when I know I could have been more prepared, when I know I didn't do what I needed to do on the front end, and now the price, now the chickens come home to roost, right? Now the price, I have to pay the price. It's like, and it's that I know that I didn't do everything I was supposed to do, and now look, I knew it. So yeah, but we can break this cycle literally just by being more intentional, planning things out, living by our calendar, just using technology. Use your calendar, use alarms, and prioritize the things that you have coming up. And we can rid ourselves of procrastination, because procrastination is literally just action. What do we need to do? Do something. You don't want to procrastinate no more? Put everything on the calendar. Set alarms and start taking action. So that's my rant on that. These are some really good points. I appreciate the comments. Obviously, I appreciate you. What else we got? I know I missed a bunch of comments. Um,
Yeah, I say thanks to Jay for being so active in the chat. I appreciate that, because we people say something every once in a while, but he was very active, and
yes,
that
I
helps.
appreciate it. So let me go back because these are important. Renata, I addressed that one last minute. Those plans never happen. Let's see. I'll stop 2025 just jumping off the cliff. Thank you. We don't want you jumping off any cliffs. we want that jump to be planned, so you can have the right parachute, you can have the right gear on, so and you can enjoy you can enjoy the beauty of that jump. We don't want you just blindly jumping off of cliffs.
No, we don't.
She said she has a classroom in her home, so everything everything should be right blaring in your face. One of those boards need to be dedicated to what you have to do. That's overwhelming. That's okay.
You made a comment earlier that you were just listing things like cleaning your wife's car. Well, I need to go clean my car, Reese, because I haven't done that since I came back from last
Hey,
weekend. So I got to get off of here. But I
that's okay.
appreciate you, and I need to stick to a schedule because I have my live tonight. So I need to make sure that I leave here on time, because I'm actually not going to do it from my house. I'm going to my church to do it at my church. So I got to
Nice.
drive to College Park to go. So I can't just be playing around and being late and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be early, intentional.
Exactly. I
Have a
love
little
it.
schedule of what I need to do before I leave here. I got all my
That's
stuff
right.
just about packed up, but
I love it. Don't be talking about y'all know that's Atlanta Metro traffic. No,
Yeah,
you know
no,
it. You know it already. So leave early, like you said. Don't be
yeah,
using that as an excuse. That's just a convenient excuse. No, leave early.
yeah, traffic. Yeah, traffic is so unpredictable in Atlanta.
So you got to just get there early. I'd rather get there way, way,
Right.
way early and have to figure
Yes.
that out than the stress of sitting in traffic because you're cutting it so close.
Right, right. But it was
So
good talking to everybody. Hope everybody has a good weekend. And if you don't mind me mentioning, Coach Reese, could I say something about tonight?
of course, oh,
Okay.
absolutely,
So I have a
absolutely.
live tonight, you guys, and it's on Soul Ties, and we have a panel of seven experts on this. Well, I was seven. This we have a distinguished panel of seven. So join us tonight. Follow me if you're not following me already, and come stop by and check it out. It's going to be an interesting topic. We're all excited about it. I'm sure you guys will be once you get there. If you're not already, you will be.
I love it. Thank you, family.
All right. Thank care.
Stay
Later.
sharp. So, yeah, Jay, I appreciate you, fam. So, definitely tap in with LJ. If you haven't already, she has